Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer is a movie released in 2000, directed by Phil Roman, written by Fred A. Rapport and Jim Fisher, based off of the hit Christmas song Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, released in 1979, written by Randy Brooks and performed by Elmo Shropshire, at least originally performed by. That's all the history I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna talk about this movie. I'm gonna do a little bit of the Penguin video and just yap about this movie. I'll probably be the one person on the internet that actually says anything good about this movie because, spoiler alert, I fucking love this. I said I was done with the history, but that's the history of the movie and the song. Now we gotta actually get into the context because as NerdSync says, context, no content. But basically, just like any other kid growing up in the 2000s, every year during the Christmas season, this movie would be playing on the TV. Apparently on Cartoon Network, I don't remember the actual, channel. I just remember every year this movie would be playing. And it was my favorite part of every year. My favorite part of Christmas was looking forward to watching this movie. I genuinely loved this movie as a kid. At some point, when I got into high school, about my first year, I decided I'd give it a rewatch with my parents because, we thought that'd be fun. This is a movie I loved as a kid. Let's watch it again. And I realized it's not good. Yeah, so I watched it and I was like, this isn't as good as I remembered it being. But I still had fun with it, but it was like, this is actually bad. Typical teenage bullshit. Typical, high schooler, taking everything a little too seriously. I feel like that kind of explains a lot of my reviewing every Batman movies video. Maybe someday I can have fun with Batman. Today is not that day, though. But I'll be real with you, I went into this movie kind of expecting that, it's probably gonna go back around to I love this movie. It did. I had a good time, I don't care. I'm just gonna be upfront with you. If you can't have fun with this movie, I don't want to talk to you. Is it across the Spider-Verse level of animation? No. Is it, Godfather level of directing? No. Is it one of the most masterpiece screenwritten movies ever to exist? The screenplay is Pulitzer Prize winning? No. I don't care, it's still fun. The main premise of the movie, if I remember correctly, is that Jake Spankenheimer's grandma gets ran over by a reindeer. Santa commits a hit and run, disappears, keeps her in the North Pole for some reason, and then when he finally returns her, he gets sued. He gets sued, and there's a whole court scene about hit and run, kidnapping, all that good. The main villain isn't actually the big rich guy with Bucks as his actual last name. No, it's the woman. No, the villain is Cousin Mel, who wants to ruin Christmas for the sole purpose of money. Now, we could talk about how Christmas is ultimately just capitalism, and how Christmas is solely about buying things. It's not really about the gift of giving, it's about buying and buy and buy. It's about money, and corporations get money from you buying gifts. We could have that conversation, but what I like to look at with this movie is that the villain is literally capitalism. The villain of the movie is Cousin Mel and her attorney trying to make a profit, trying to get money, and ruin Christmas, and ruin the sweet, ignorant bliss of the Christmas joy. How Christmas is all about giving, and happiness, and loving your family, and all that other shit. Here comes Cousin Mel, trying to get rid of it for the sole purpose of money. I don't know, I find that a pretty good message. For a stupid little kids movie, it's a nice way to blind them into thinking what Christmas is actually about. But I mean, come on, even when I know really what Christmas is about, and even though I don't like Christmas all that much, not really for the capitalism portion, it's mostly just because I'm goddamn sick of Mariah Carey. But I'm more of a Halloween person myself. I don't really like Christmas all that much outside of getting the gifts, and I guess giving, if I have any. I know, I enjoy Christmas for all the wrong reasons. At least I'm not trying to fucking sue Santa. Grandma's gonna sue the pants off of Santa. This video is gonna be a fucking fever dream to watch, just like the movie. Even though I know the whole, like, point of Christmas, like, truly the point of Christmas, I can still watch this and have a fucking blast of a time. It's so much fun. First of all, you got the banger soundtrack, Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. There's this one song that played in partway through the movie, and I have no fucking idea what it was. And that one really got me in my nostalgic feels. I think it's Feels Like Christmas by Gary Chase. Or at the very least, like, performed by Gary Chase in the movie. That one's a good song. Oh my god, why is it... Fuck. The actual nostalgic hit the song is giving me right now is insane. I've never felt anything like this before. Why does this song make me want to cry? Holy fuck. I, like, somehow feel like I'm a kid again. Holy shit. Obviously you got the Grandma's Gonna Sue the Pants Off of Santa, which I feel like me saying it that way, is very racist. It sounds racist. Like I said, this movie is just fucking batshit, my guy, like... But I love every second of it. First of all, let's talk about Grandma and Grandpa, because they are, like, peak couple goals, alright? Grandpa watches his wife get hit by a reindeer and Santa's sled. He watches Santa commit a hit and run on his wife, and I guess also kidnap her? They kind of don't really go over the part where, she gets kidnapped. I don't know how Jake or the grandpa didn't see that part, but anyways, Grandpa watches his wife get a hit and run and kidnapped, and he just doesn't care. He just does a little sing and dance. Man is senile, he's one step away from dementia, and I love him, he's goals. He's my favorite character. Since I've probably already angered a bunch of people for politicizing Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer by mentioning capitalism, I'll go one step further. The North Pole canonically has free healthcare in this movie. That's not even a joke. Santa says it with his own words.
We've got great medical care, every therapy and treatment imaginable, at no ho-ho-ho cost.
This movie's liberal as fuck. It's got an anti-capitalistic narrative. The main villain is just literally a money-hungry woman wanting to be a businesswoman with her partner of an attorney that at one point wants 50% the profits, and Santa has free healthcare in the North Pole. Also, the judge is a black woman, so it's very woke. God, what the fuck else do I talk about? I barely even gotten into the movie. Can we talk about how the fruitcake is what gets her out of her amnesia? Yeah, there's an amnesia plot line in this. After Grandma got hit with a fucking sleigh and kidnapped, she kind of just forgets literally everything. She forgets herself, her family, her grandson, probably forgets who Santa is, even though she's living with him. And what brings her out of amnesia is the taste of her own fruitcake. I don't know the science behind this, but I feel like that's possible. I feel like I heard somewhere about, like, you could bring back someone's memory with, like, a simple thing, like a smell or a flavor or something, or, like, music. Like, music helps dementia-riddled people stay a little sane. Listening to the old 1950s songs. Fuck, man, I don't know. I don't know, it's just stupid. A lot of this stuff is stupid, but I love it. There's my, one of my favorite parts in the movie when Grandma gets hit by the reindeer. That's not even a joke. For some reason, my brain cracked and I turned into Mike Stolska. That was the first time I've ever tried to pronounce that man's last name. I'm sorry. I turned into Mike from, Red Letter Media at the sight of Grandma in the fucking snow. Oh my... There's also my second favorite part where they're in a cabin in the middle of the woods covered in snow, and in the matter of like less than 5 minutes, Jake manages to send an email to the North Pole, and an elf can get to that forest in the same amount of time. It's weird. The time does not exist in this movie, just like it doesn't exist in the real world.
I came as soon as I received your email, Master Jake.
How the fuck did he send the email? I don't know. I don't care. No, and then of course there's the infamous part where we go from a cabin in the middle of snow-filled woods to Hawaii. Even Grandma kind of mentions it. She references this.
I thought I was in Hawaii. Only it was cold.
This movie's self-aware. For real though, I think that is genuinely my favorite part of the movie, just given my reaction of it on this watch.
Woof!
Grandpa's gonna sue the pants off the Santa. He knows the law is on his side. On his side.
I forgot about the ad-lib. On his side.
Grandpa.
I love this. I love everything about this. Everything about this is amazing. This movie's peak. 10 out of 10. No, actually 11 out of 10. Also, when it comes to Cousin Mel, as a child, I had a certain feeling about her. I didn't really know what it was. I just felt a certain way whenever she was on screen, and I didn't know what I was feeling. It's not until I'm an adult that I realize what it was. And it can be perfectly said by Doobus Goobus.
I'd fuck Cousin Mel.
God, what the fuck else do I talk about this movie? Santa Claus's email is canonically Santa is real at whatever the fuck the email part was, but Santa Claus is real was the email. That's amazing. I love it. And okay, to kind of dive a little into the, this movie is actually, like, so bad, and it's, like, the worst thing to ever grace the animation medium. Okay, so, like, I feel like I could get that in a way when you get to, like, the point where they're playing the song, and it's, like, oh, some would say she was drinking too much eggnog, and then it's like, you're drinking too much eggnog. We begged her not to go. Please, we're begging. When you get to that, I can realize that, like, this was probably a movie just written, like, you took the 30s? I've already forgotten. You took the old song, you tried to force it into a movie, you hit the 50-minute mark. That's the best you could do. And if I really wanted to look at it from a cynical, fucking cinemaphile way, and be like, actually, when I analyze this, like, it's, Godfather level, fucking Martin Scorsese, Christopher Nolan level, it's actually, like, really bad. I could be really cynical, but you know what? I love stupid, dumb, fun shit. Say what you will about Lego Batman. Say what you will about it. Say what I will about it. Say what you want to say about what I'll say about it. I fucking love Batman 1966, the Adam West show. That shit is goofy as fuck. Joker kidnaps a fish out of not even a lake, not even a pond. He kidnaps a fish out of a fucking fountain. That is the level of Joker antics, and I love it because it's so stupid. Godzilla 1954 is, you know, I wasn't even trying to mention Batman and Godzilla back-to-back in this video, but you know what? Fuck it, we ball. Godzilla 1954 is an absolute goddamn 10 out of 10 masterpiece. Like, no irony, no joking, I genuinely mean that. It is a fucking masterpiece of a film, down from the directing, to the acting, to the screenwriting, to just everything. Everything about it, the soundtrack even, everything about it is fucking amazing. It deserves its classic status. It's great. It's so depressing. It's so fucking sad. It's such a good movie. -1 and Shin Gohira are the same case. I love those movies for how serious they are. But at the same time, in my top 3 of ranking Godzilla movies, Final Wars is going to be in there, because it's goddamn batshit insane, and it's so much fun the entire time. And that's just kind of how I view this movie. Is it one of the greatest movies of all time? Yes. No, like, Yeah, you could look at this movie from like a serious aspect and actually look at it the way you would look at a fucking Citizen Kane, but you could also just have fun. This movie's stupid, and I love it. It's a joy. It's a clean 50 minutes. You have no idea how great the pacing is. I haven't felt pacing this good since Spider-Man 2002. Those 50 minutes just fly by so fast. And it's a joy for all the 50 minutes. It's just great. It's no wonder I loved this as a kid. It's so much fun. It's a nice little story of a boy who lost his grandma and trying to find him back. It's a wholesome little Christmas movie for the kiddos, but also for the, stupid loving shit like me. The adults in the room that just absolutely love just mind-baffling dumbassery. It's so much fun. I feel like I'm missing so many other things about this movie. Oh yeah, the cop. I love the cop.
I'll just put it down as slay, hicular, hit, and run. Ooh, what's the code for that?
Slay, hicular, hit, and run. That's the one cop I will ever like in anything.
That's what you get for being selfish and stupid.
That's what you get for being so selfish and stupid. I feel like that cop is like the sole reason why I love New York and its accent. I really genuinely don't know what the fuck else I'm supposed to talk about this movie other than, yes, it's stupid, it's dumb, it doesn't make any fucking sense half the time. I don't care. It's fun as hell. Literally, enjoy things, please, for the love of God. Anyways, that's my video, my rambling mess of a dog shit video about Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, how it's actually a cinematic classic. It's peak animation. No, it's a stupid kids movie, and I fucking love it. It's just so much fun. You're also listening to the guy who genuinely enjoys the Venom movies. They're stupid. The second one wasn't even a movie. The second one didn't even bother trying to be a coherent story, and I loved it for it. It was a fever dream. If a movie feels like a fever dream, then it's probably going to become a 10 out of 10 for me. I know people have written me off for my movie takes based off of, I don't know, just for the sake of it. This has nothing to do with anything. Let's say Joker or Lego Batman. But if my opinion on movies goes down the drain for you because I like Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, good. I don't care. I can have fun. This is a bad video. Man goes crazy talking about Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. You know, it's usually at this part that I feel like I have to say more, but I'm talking about a 50-minute movie called Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer that literally consists of Grandma getting run over by a reindeer, and they spend a year trying to find her. They don't, and then they do. And then Santa gets sued out of nowhere. Grandma gonna sue the pants off of Santa. Is there a post-credit scene? The MCU-ification of movies. The portrayal of fruitcake represented in this story is not necessarily the opinion of the producer. Fuck you, this movie is peak. I feel like I'm just going crazy. Also, can we talk about how, canonically, I think Cityville is New York? 1, the cop. 2, Grandma's store is in between 2 tall towers. In the year 2000. And then the thing I realized while recording this is, after Grandma gets hit by the reindeer, they can't find her for a year. And then the movie takes place in September of theoretically 2001. See, this is how I know my channel is peak, because what other video about Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer are you gonna watch? For 1, the person actually praises the movie and actually likes it. 2, mentions Batman and Godzilla. And 3, 9/11. I'm hitting my Mr. What was that guy's name? Mr. Enter, the guy that wanted 9/11 and fucking Turning Red. I'm hitting my arc of him. I'm going insane. Please help me. I don't know what else to say about this. I just, fuck you. This movie's great. I love it. It's peak. It's just such a fun time. If you can have fun with movies, if you like the Venom movies and like Final Wars for how batshit insane they are, and just like to to sit down, turn your brain off, and have some fun. I would highly recommend this. This is a classic for a reason. Maybe next year I'll talk about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Fuck you, that's a 10 out of 10 movie right there. Better than Citizen Kane, better than The Godfather.
And of course, everyone has their own opinion, but my opinion is the best opinion. I'm sure you figured that out already.